people? How are you doing today? Today we're going to be reacting to the most revealing first date ever by Nectar. Now, as you can see, it's exactly what it says. It is the most revealing first date ever. They are stripping off in front of each other. What more is there to say, really? Let's get into it.
Oh, there it is. Oh my god.
There it is.
Oh.
I love that straight off the bat, she's just like, oh, there it is. There's your pee-pee. That's it right there. Just in case you didn't know, just in case you lost it, it's right there. Like,
Oh my god.
I'm pretty sure he knows that. I'm pretty sure he knows that, my guy.
Strangers lower social anxiety and creates a more positive body image, but putting yourself completely out there allow you to be more yourself.
Now, why is this whole idea of stripping off naked in front of someone you meet for the first time a dating idea lately? Like, I mean, obviously the UK has dating naked, and I know my friends reacted to some Finnish show, which I can't remember the name of, that also the premise is just stripping off in front of each other to get naked. They say it promotes vulnerability. They say it like makes you, yeah, be more vulnerable, be more honest, be more open. I'm good with being not vulnerable, with being not open, with being not honest. I could never do this. I don't know about you, like body positivity and all that, but like, you're gonna see each other naked eventually if you like each other anyway. Like, do we have to do it right off the bat? Because then if you don't like each other, that's just awkward. That's just weird. Like, I don't know. I can't get behind this premise. If you have a different opinion, please feel free to drop it below. I'm very interested in discussing this topic with people because a lot of people in these shows, like, they say it was great, it was the best thing ever, so.
And connect more deeply? We brought together two strangers who will become more naked physically and emotionally. Will they find love?
Nude love. The blind date.
Hi,
Hello,
I'm Katie.
I'm Judah. Or
Nice to meet
Juju,
you.
if you want.
Juju.
Yes.
That's fun. Cool. So you're very late.
That's fun.
I am very late.
That's already not good right off the bat. You're really late to a blind date. Like, I want to see you naked if you can't even get here on time, my guy. Like,
Yes, this is true. I was just a bit nervous to come anyway, so I was like,
Oh yeah, I'm very nervous. So you're not the only.
that's a really bad excuse. I mean, it's a blind date. You're both going to be nervous. And then you're late. And, like, that's going to make her more nervous. To me, that just shows, like, a lack of, like, empathy for the other person. It's like, obviously you're both going to be nervous, so you're going to be late and make her, like, feel like she's been stood up, make her feel even more nervous. I don't like that. I don't like that.
So are you from California?
I am from California. I was born and raised. I lived in Florida for
Milky.
a bit. What about you?
Oh, nice. I am from Charleston, South Carolina.
South Carolina,
But
Southern.
yeah, I live in San Diego.
How long was your drive?
It was only 2 hours. It wasn't that bad.
The flip side is very different.
I don't know where anything is in the States. I'm going to be, like, so real with you. I know nothing, so
Yeah, I know.
I'm sorry about that.
It's fine. I'm like that though. I get really bad anxiety with being like.
I don't know how to approach this.
She
really.
gets really bad anxiety, and then bro's just been really late and sent her anxiety through the roof. I am team whatever her name is, and I am anti-team Juju. I am team anti-Juju.
Because it's
That's
like,
what I am.
I don't know. I don't know you, but I'm gonna get to know you really well. So.
Do you have a hobby that you're
Yeah, well, you should have been there on time, my guy.
really
You don't even
passionate
deserve to see her tata-titas.
about?
Really passionate about?
Yeah.
I mean, I play video games. Like,
That's your hobby, video games? You make money?
hold on.
Don't be judgy. Don't be judgy. I mean, you have a right to be a tiny bit judgy because he was late, but you don't have a right to be judgy about people liking to play video games. People are allowed to have hobbies. And people are allowed to have hobbies without them making money. Like, you play video games, you make money? Like, you're allowed to just do stuff in your free time without it being a job, without it being a source of income. Unless it gets to the point where it's actually in, like, controlling your life, then there's nothing wrong with
And
that.
yourself.
No
A
thing,
hobby doesn't have to
nothing.
make money, okay?
Yeah, exactly.
For my like, that's one of my hobbies. I have a few that are just fun. It's hobbies to me are meant
Yeah.
for.
Hobbies are for downtime, for de-stressing, for just like to enjoy your time when you're not at work and make you forget about life's problems. That's what hobbies are for. Like, now I'm kind of like 50-50 between Team Juju and Team Anti-Juju.
Pleasure and to
Yeah.
relax.
I remember her name. I think it's
And
Katie.
so, like, to me, video games, it's nostalgic and it brings me back. I get to play with my closest friends, my best friends, my brothers.
That is so true. Guys have always said that, and like talking the little headphone thingies and like
Yeah.
That's
really.
it. Like, sometimes for some people it's their way of socializing. Like, a lot of people have very busy lives and they can't catch up every day, or they live further apart. They might live in different countries, different states, different whatever, and jumping on Xbox at the end of the day might be their way of keeping in touch and just like being in each other's daily lives without having to actually be in each other's daily lives. Like, that's... Don't be judgy, Katie.
Have a great time.
Rate how attracted you are to Juju right now.
Oh, I thought she was going to give a 0.
Out of 10?
How attracted you are to Juju.
I thought that they get...
Judgy?
They both gave higher than I expected them to. Like, if I was her and he was that late, I would definitely have given him less than a 5. And then on his side, like, if she was that judgy about hobbies and like needing things to be an income source as a hobby, then I'd be like, as well. So they're both rated higher than I probably would have. So good on them.
And hostile. She mentioned money. When that's like where I believe that we're starting off as, then I'm gonna know what you're gonna want in the like future. Like, it's not.
Yeah, I think bringing up money on a first date is always a risky thing. Like, it just doesn't give off the right vibes. I mean, unless that's really like what you're like wanting from a partner, is someone that can provide and things, then sure, be upfront. But I think it's always a big risk to bring up income and earning like avenues and things like that. I mean, it'd be different if you just said like, what do you do for a job? That's completely different. But to be like, do you earn money from it? Like, bit strange.
It's no longer heart to heart. It's monetary.
How that make you feel about her? Like, what word would you use to describe her?
I mean, you know what word
That's setting him up there. That is setting him up there, to be fair.
Gold digger. That's the kind of thing when you're
Oh,
only in it
okay.
for money, then you're not in it for love, and there's no point for that.
Okay. That's a harsh word to use, but sure.
Oh
2,
god.
1.
Hello.
Hi. Oh
This
my
is-
gosh. You have very nice eyes.
I love that there's just like someone dropping these down on
Thank
tripods
you.
behind a
You have the same
curtain. I
exact
don't know why,
color
but that's so
Yeah,
funny
that's
to me.
crazy.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm nervous.
I'm so nervous.
You doing well?
Yeah, I'm doing well.
All right, good.
Okay, so I guess last first question.
Please.
What was your longest relationship?
2 years, but it was also like it's like on and off. It was weird because it was like it could be around 3 years, but I don't know. When it was like one of
Yeah.
those where like you just don't really.
Yeah, you just.
An on again, off again relationship. 3 years, 2 years. Bro, I feel like you should have quantified your answer before coming in, so you could just be like, that just made it sound really complicated and weird off the bat. Which, like, it's obviously normal to have those kind of relationships, but I think, like, when you're coming into a first date to be kind of like, it's, like, just say 2 years. Does it really matter? Just say 2 years, 3 years. Somewhere between 2 to 3 years.
break up, get back together, kind of like.
Yeah.
Damn.
And you?
I'm, like,
2
hyper
years has
judging
been
these
2.5
people.
years has
And that's my role here. I'm just here to judge. Don't judge me for judging.
been my longest, like, continual relationship. Just because you love someone doesn't mean that they're necessarily meant for you, so.
I missed her
So
answer.
you
What
ended
did she
up
say?
being
2 or 3 years?
It was mutual.
It's never mutual.
No, it was. It was mutual. I mean, I guess it was more so.
She got dumped. She, like, there's always someone who, like, you can both agree, like, this is for the best, but there's always someone that instigates the breakup. You don't just both go, I need to talk, you first, no, you first, let's break up at the same time. Like, it's always someone who, like, initiates the breakup. Not instigates. Instigate was the wrong word. Initiates the breakup. And then the other person can agree that it's a good idea, but it's never fully mutual. I don't think.
Him, actually, with
Okay.
me. I guess my eyes started to wander. And
That is such a red flag thing to say on a first date. Oh my god, what the hell? Why would you ever tell someone that on a first date? My eyes started to wander. I started to be like, to other guys, like, what? No one is ever going to want to go out with you if you're literally admitting that in other relationships you have looked at other men when you've been with your partner. That automatically instills trust issues, like straight off the bat. Like, they're going to be thinking now, oh, is she looking at other men when she's with me? Like, that was a terrible thing to say. That was a terrible thing to say. He definitely broke up with her because she was other men.
realize that.
Also, that is exactly how I flirt. When I'm looking at men in the bar, that's the exact face I make. And this is why I'm still single at 26.
And he was like, okay, this isn't gonna work. Breakups are so hard.
What are your red flags, in your opinion, that you have?
Okay.
The red flags that people have told you you have.
Oh, good one. Okay.
I mean,
so I'm not
the wandering eyes, probably.
very good at like boundaries. Just like, oh, I want to spend the night alone. Like, I want to do this by myself. I'm like, oh, I want to be with you. Like,
Yeah.
not all the time, but a lot of
So
the
clingy,
time I
it's
can.
fine.
So she's clingy. She's clingy, but she likes to look at other men. So basically what she wants is a guy that's all about her while she can window shop.
I can be a little clingy.
I'm clingy to us.
Yeah,
I understand that.
so that's something I'm trying to work on. Maybe I am a little hot-headed. I kind of like
Fire.
the Aries.
You start beating them. No, I'm just kidding.
Maybe when I get drunk. What are your?
What the fuck? This girl is literally just. I was team her for the first like 30 seconds of this video, and it's just every time she opens her mouth, it's just getting worse. Like, girl, what do you mean? You're on a first date and you just admitted that when you get drunk, you will beat your partners. Like, in what world is that okay? Like, if a guy said that, that'd be like really, really bad. We all agree. It's not okay for girls to do it either. You cannot hit your partners when you get drunk. If that's the case, you need to stop drinking. Like, good grief. What the hell?
Red flags.
My red flags. Anyone that I've loved, I still love. I would say is probably the biggest one.
You still talk to him?
No.
Okay.
This is his off again, on again, off again, on again relationship. And he's saying, like, everyone he loved, he still loves. Little bit, I would be a bit hesitant going in to anything with him because I would think, like, is it on again, off again? Am I just in the off again period? They're both giving red flags here. I'm not seeing much
There was a
green
time I
flags.
did.
Like, as in I want to get back together with you, or like?
Yes.
Exactly.
But in a it's yes, but it's
Exactly.
more of, I think, a validation thing.
He seems like if his ex-partner that he had his on and again, off again thing gave him another chance, then he would take it. That's the vibe he's giving off. And then she just beats her partners when she's drunk. So, I mean, one is infinitely more a red flag here than the other, and I'm not going to say who.
I'm gonna be the one that got away.
Well, I usually am, but when
Nice.
And then you do the same.
Same ratings as last time. A 5 and a 4.
Mine's like knotted.
do I do the cool way?
I feel like this
Okay.
is...
Mine's off.
This is like... Men's chest as a reveal isn't... I mean, men can walk around the streets with them off. Women's chest
Throw it
is
on
a
the
bigger
ground.
reveal. He's getting a bigger
Okay.
reveal off the bat than she is.
What do I kick it?
Not that that's really an issue. I don't know what that had to do with anything. But
Let's lower the curtain in 3, 2, 1.
looking forward. Looking
Hello.
at your face. How are you?
It's okay, you can look at my boobs.
Thank you, but
She literally said, "That's okay, you can look at my boobs." And then he said, "Thank you, but," and then looked. Like, but what, sir? You literally just looked. Let's have a look.
My boobs.
He said, "Thank you, but."
thank you, but
Cool.
I swear he looked.
thank
Maybe
you,
he didn't.
Cool. So.
I mean, I feel like in this case, it doesn't matter if he does look. I'm not saying he shouldn't look. That's literally the whole premise of the show, is to get naked and, like, see each other naked. So I think looking is normal. I feel like that interaction was just weird. Like, a bit awkward. But, I mean, it is a very awkward
Values.
situation.
What's your relationship like with your parents?
It's really good. It was really bad, but now it's really
He's
good.
trying so hard to keep his eyes
I was a brat.
up
honestly.
here.
I just didn't respect.
He is looking at her scalp only. He's not even risking going down here just in case.
them or like how hard they were trying. I kind of wanted all these things that they necessarily couldn't necessarily provide, and I was just like money wise, like monetary stuff.
Oh,
Like
okay.
I want to go.
The money again. She's very money orientated off the bat for a first date. Like, I mean, if that's your values, then sure, but like, it is a risky thing to bring up on a first date. A lot of people are gonna see telling someone that you're money orientated is as a bit of a red flag.
Shopping, whatever. Are you close with your parents?
Yes, very. More so with my mother, but that's because my dad works a lot.
Yeah.
What
I'm
is
very
this
close with
tattoo?
both. My dad.
I want to
also
know
is,
the story behind this
We share a lot of the same humor.
bleeding X.
And then my mother, because she's just.
Do they know you're doing this?
My mom does. I don't think my dad does.
You didn't tell your dad?
No, I mean that's not the question you bring up to your dad. I don't think any
I-
guy would be like, "Hey, Dad, guess what I'm doing?"
I feel like it would be more strange to tell your mum. Like, I feel like it'd be more comfortable telling your same sex parent than it would your opposite sex parent that you're going to get naked with a girl.
And
I'm very spontaneous.
yeah,
I choose the things that I do. I choose because I feel it.
yeah.
If I don't feel like doing it, I'm not gonna do it.
Does that also go for things like work or, responsibilities? Like, I don't feel like doing it, so I'm not going to do it. Like, well, you kind of have to in some cases.
How attracted you are to him now?
He
6.
was talking about himself a lot at first. That's why I gave him a 5. And then I switched to a 6
She's getting more and more into him for sure.
after I saw his face because he had really nice eyes.
And then did you go ahead and tell him how attracted you are to her now?
He's staying consistent.
I might be uncomfortable with the hugging naked thing.
That's fine. We don't
Ooh, we're getting pee-pee for shishi.
have to, I don't want to hug either. It's like
Yeah, I think hugging naked, full wang out, is a bit weird. I actually noticed that on Dating Naked, that they all just went in for the hug straight away with their tackle out, with their vaginas hanging out. Like, it was something I noticed straight away that I was like, oh, I don't know if I'd want to just hug random naked men. Or even other naked women, like, straight off the bat, like, maybe, like, let's get to know each other a bit first before we start mushing our privates together. Unless you do that awkward, like, where you kind of just, like, reach over and give them, like, but you keep your hips apart. Unless you do something like that, but...
Alright.
This is so awkward.
This is so fun. Come on.
No, it's fun, but there's like.
Why did he sign up for this show? Because I feel like he's not comfortable with this. Which is fine, because I definitely wouldn't be comfortable with this. But I wouldn't sign up for the show either.
It's okay, they're cool.
It's okay. You were born naked. You'll die naked probably.
That's fun to think
She's
I would.
I'm
she's
naked.
definitely a lot more comfortable being naked in front of people than he is.
Very naked.
about. Like how? Like drowning in the sea or?
No, what the hell? I want to be like like cremated.
Why
and
is it just
sprinkled.
exclusively filming him strip off?
Sprinkled where?
I don't know. I haven't really thought about it. Okay, I'm a folder. I'm gonna fold.
Did
I
she
am
not have
full naked
underwear on?
yet. I will be so
Oh, there we go.
3 seconds. And I'm full naked now.
You can enter in 3, 2, 1.
Hello.
Hi.
High five.
How are you?
I am naked.
Made
How
it
are
work
you?
weird.
I'm so good. This is freeing. I like.
Yeah, she is so much more comfortable in this situation than he is. He's just like, naked, oh, this is so awkward. Where she's like, this is great, like, I'm naked, look at this. Like, I think this was quite poorly matched couple, but maybe opposites attract.
Like
little
it.
bit.
This is great.
I would prefer being by the ocean.
He's even like putting his hands
naked.
over it.
Oh, there it is.
Oh.
Oh my
Don't
god.
point out.
That is wild. Like, literally, like, he's got his hands over it, and then
I like
little
it.
bit.
he
I-
moves his
I
hands,
I
and
would
she's
prefer
like,
being by the
whoa,
ocean.
there it is!
Naked.
There's your
Oh,
pee-pee!
there it is.
Oh.
Oh my
Don't
god.
point out.
Oh
There's your
my
pee-pee.
God.
Look at it.
It says he's in love with his ex-girl.
Oh, wait, no, it's the tattoo. Did he just flick her on the head? It's the tattoo that she's pointing out, not his penis. Oh, hang on. I need to rewatch this.
There it is.
Oh.
Oh my
Don't
god.
point out.
Oh my god.
Don't point out.
It says he's
In love with redacted on his leg. That's a red flag. Like, I know people get tattoos for their exes and things like that. And like, laser tattoo removal's hard and it's expensive and whatnot, but like, just get something shit done over it. I'd even rather a really shitty, sick ass panther than this. Like, in love with.
in love with his ex-girl.
And then he fucking
yes,
flicks her in the
a little
head.
bit.
What the hell?
Yes, a little
You
bit.
just flunked me in the head.
I did flunk you.
Like,
Yes, a little bit.
Who flicks someone in the head straight off the
It
bat?
says he's in love with his ex-girl.
Yes.
And you
a
hear
little
the
bit.
connection. It's not like he just kind of like pretends to do it and doesn't actually hit her. Like, you hear that solid putum. Jesus.
I did flunk you.
Whoa. Yeah.
Jesus.
Valid
it's okay.
reaction.
Sorry.
It's quite embarrassing.
It's not. It's not.
It is.
No, it's great. You
It's-
loved her.
Like, But
She's
yes,
trying to
that
play
is,
it off, bro. Let
how you
her
feel.
let her
You
play
feel
it
free,
off.
Correct.
Yeah, sorry. I
Free.
forgot.
I like the little
Thank
earrings.
you.
It matches mine a little bit.
Oh yeah, nice. They're my friends. Me.
Cool. That's very
Yeah.
cool. That's very
Yeah,
cool.
I like
I don't know what to talk about now. Well, what do you?
Bro, don't say that. Like, the conversation was somewhat flowing. It was a bit awkward, but it was flowing. And then he's going, right, I don't know what to say now. It's like such a conversation killer. It's like, at least with like a little bit of an awkward silence, someone will try and fill it, but just going, I don't know what to say now. It's like, okay, well, neither do I now. That's a bit weird.
Belief is your biggest insecurity. Like, what do you find
God.
flaw in yourself?
Oof. Maybe physically, I'm really hairy.
No.
I have a lot of hair.
It's normal though.
But it's like in this day and age, all the girls are getting lasered or like what? Like I get waxed, which is great, but it's so.
I mean,
painful.
my opinion, any man that is iffy about natural body hair, like, unless you're out here getting lasered and waxed every single day so that you are completely hairless like a newborn child or a literal child, it's a bit gross. Either we're both doing it, or you gotta understand that women do naturally have hair sometimes. Like, you think our armpits are just naturally bald as the day we were born? No, because we're not children. Like,
It hurts so bad.
I've heard. I've seen.
exactly,
I've seen,
and it hurts. Like, unless he's out here gonna do all his chest hair and his stomach hair, then he can't say shit.
the screams of people.
You've seen the screams?
Yes,
Where
I've
would
been-
you have seen this?
You know, you go with someone to like.
How do you see a scream? Like, I understand if he says he's heard the screams. How do you see a scream? Like,
Past relationships, you go with them to their Brazilian wax place and you just
Yeah. That's a nice boyfriend to go with her.
No, I do that. I'm that kind of guy.
Oh, you get waxed.
No. I don't think I can't stomach it. But yeah.
Well, then you can't expect other people to do it if you couldn't do it yourself. Not that he said he expects other people to do it. I'm just talking to all of you.
So,
Okay.
what's your biggest insecurity? Physically.
Physically?
Yeah.
Well, I have body dysmorphia.
Oh, okay.
So I often don't see myself.
Is it like diagnosed, or is that
Yeah.
can it be diagnosed?
Yeah.
Okay. So you've like your therapist or doctor was
Yes, psychologist.
got it. Psychologist.
I've seen, I see myself in the mirror and I don't see often what I look like.
I mean, that is a very real issue that a lot of people have, is that not to a diagnosed level, obviously, but I think body dysmorphia and like we are so hypercritical of ourselves, and I think that is really sad. So maybe that's why he's come on this show, even though he is a bit awkward and a bit uncomfortable, to try and get past that. So if that's the case, big ups to him. Like, good on him. That's
despite the numerous attempts.
more than I could do.
People giving me
Positive affirmations.
Yeah, it doesn't really change too much, and I think it starts from when I was a kid, because like my brothers, and they're watching this, they love to say, they used to call me fat.
They would call you fat?
And they did more so after I was started to work out. And so when I was like fit, they would still do it. And so then
I think sibling, like, it's not even sibling rivalry, what is it? Like, siblings, like, giving each other a hard time is so normal, but we don't, like, it can have such big lasting effects that we don't really acknowledge. Like, I know so many people that will say, like, their siblings did blah 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 to them, and everyone's like, yeah, well, it's your sibling, like, they give you a hard time. That's what siblings are like, practically what siblings are for. But it's still valid to, like, if you've heard something long enough in your really, like, impressionable age of a child, or especially in your teen years when you're self-conscious of your body and things anyway, then it does have a lasting effect. And I think it's okay, it's a good thing to acknowledge that, and I think that a lot of people probably go through without really talking about it, because it sounds like, oh, my sibling said this. A lot of people will say, like, yeah, well, it's your sibling, they give you a hard time, but it still has an effect on people. Like,
it's trapping it, because I don't know if it was like a level of competitiveness that they were doing it for, but rather than build me up, they chose to break me down.
My sister, and she feels so bad for this, she would always
in saying that, it does sound like he doesn't have a great relationship with his brothers, to say, like, oh, they don't build me up, they bring me down, blah blah blah. Whereas the first thing she said about her sister is, my sister feels really bad about this. Like, my sister did things that she now feels bad about. But his was kind of like, they just bullied me. Like, they just brought me down. Like, I know even with, like, my brothers, I grew up with, when I was young, like, when I was, 5 or so, my brothers were all in their late teens. So I grew up with a lot of teenage brothers, 3 teenage brothers, 3 teenage sisters. And I have a joint condition where my joints actually dislocate really, really easily. And 2 of my brothers actually dislocated my elbows by accident. I will say, by complete accident. 2 of my brothers actually dislocated my elbows on different times, and my dad actually did it once as well. So, and I know to this day, even though it's been 20 years, if I bring that up with either of them, they both feel so bad. They're like, oh, don't bring it up. Like, I just, like, it haunts me. Like, so, like, I think how your siblings show after the effects, obviously this is very different. This was like an accidental injury, but still, like, the idea of causing me pain hurts them, which is what she's saying. Like, her sister did something and she feels really bad about it now. Whereas he's saying, like, they just brought me down. And that was it. Like, very interesting, different sibling dynamics.
I worry that I am not smart.
I made a mental note of it earlier because you said randomly, you were just like, oh, I'm stupid, sorry. I was like, I was gonna stop.
See, I don't know why I do that. It's awful.
It's you're being hard on yourself.
Yeah.
You know, You're used to in your brain. You're probably thinking, "Oh, this is when so and so would say this." That's what you're saying.
It's like these little things that these people around you say as a joke. If it's said to you at a really impressionable age, it sticks with you. It changes the way you think about yourself.
Oh, how did I not know that? You know, that sort of thing. That could be a red flag of mine. I do like to psychoanalyze people.
Ooh.
I mean, same. Apparently, that's all I've done for the past 20 minutes.
Okay. Wow.
This is the end of the Nude date. Would you guys like a handshake or a hug to say goodbye?
What would you prefer?
We can hug.
Okay.
I thought he said he wasn't comfortable with the naked hug. Guess he changed his mind. Does this mean potential date?
Would you go on a second date? Would you want to go on a second date?
She's definitely gonna say yes. Yeah.
If you
I
open the
don't think
curtain
he's gonna
and
say
see
yes.
Your date would like to go on a second date with you. If not, your date has unfortunately decided that you were not a great match. So please open your curtain in 3, 2, 1.
Yeah. I thought so.
I would not go on a second date because
I think she just gave him too many red flags, like things that were kind of like non-negotiables for him, like talking about the money, especially seemed to be something that he really stuck with. I don't know whether she was actually that interested in him anyway, to be honest. I think she was just kind of going with the flow. I don't know. I don't think they were very well matched up, to be honest. They didn't complement each other. I couldn't see them together.
I wouldn't want to get her hopes up. And I don't think it's fair to her or me. And I do think that she said a lot of things that led to maybe she doesn't necessarily have very calm arguments and might be.
Yeah, ultimately, I think the "I beat up my boyfriends when I'm drunk" comment was a huge deal breaker.
Cool about it.
For
and I don't
most
think
people.
that's acceptable in a relationship. She's
I
a lovely
agree, my
person,
dude.
And
That's
there's a
never
lot of
okay.
positive traits that I know people would love.
What do you feel, Katie?
A little embarrassed.
Oh.
It's okay though. I'm fine. Like, it's not that big of a deal. To be honest, I didn't feel it that much either. Like, I felt like I didn't really get to say much about myself, and I didn't feel it, but I just thought I'd give it a shot because I came all the way here, so why not? But it's okay though.
That was kind of the vibe she was giving off.
totally-
Like, it could seem like she's trying to save face by saying, like, oh, I wasn't that interested anyway. But I genuinely don't really think she was. Like, she was not really giving off the vibe that she was that interested in him. It was more that she was, like, interested in the process. Seeing the process through. So, I think the right decision was made.
Yeah, that he was gonna give me a ride after this, so I just thought it was a little weird, and then he was like, oh, cool your jets. I'm like, okay, I wasn't that excited.
And how was this overall experience?
That is a bit weird.
It was very nerve-wracking, but as the time went on, it got a lot easier, and it was really fun, and I really liked it.
Yeah, saying you'll give her a ride afterwards and then leaving was a bit weird. Like, that essentially just, like... It's like saying, yeah, I'm interested in you. And then just ghosting. Well, that was fun. So if you like this kind of content, be sure to leave a like, be sure to leave a comment. Let me know what kind of content you want to see. If you want to see more, then of course subscribe. Please subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next video, hopefully in the next few days. Have a good week and goodbye.